Hello, you beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me today. Carmen Delport, multidimensional healer, quantum healer, and channel. So today I want to speak to you about timelines, because at this moment we are jumping timelines or moving on to a different timeline. Okay, so we are here now, the 21st of January 2023, and we are moving on to a new timeline individually and collectively. Okay, now how does timelines work? We are always shifting timelines. Okay, whenever you become aware of your choices, aware of your decisions, you are changing your timeline. Okay, so when we are changing a timeline, it is when we act upon our thoughts. So at this moment, the timeline you are on is the result of your thoughts and your actions of the past and the present where you are now. Now is also the thoughts that you're thinking and looking at the possibilities, looking at your choices. And every time you make a decision, you narrow down the possibilities, and then you act, and then you're on the new timeline. Okay, so your timeline is shaped by the past you and the present you. It is also shaped by your past traumas from this lifetime and past lifetimes. It is also shaped by the karma that's playing out. We are ending karmic cycles again now. We are always in a karmic cycles being ended, okay? Until there isn't any in this lifetime to end anymore. So that is also happening. So it is also created, a timeline is also created by your fears and your limited beliefs, and also your beautiful, powerful beliefs. So if you believe that you are intelligent and successful and a go-getter and proactive, and you are confident, and if you believe that you can do something, so you can. But also if you're in fear, or if you don't have a high thinking of yourself, if you think, oh, I am lazy, I'm not good at it, or I'm overweight, I don't like exercise, I don't like healthy food, then you are that. Okay, so many things play a role in your timeline. So we are now changing timelines, because we are literally now at the point where we're leaving an old self behind. So you can literally now look at yourself and see. It's almost like you're looking back over the past and see who you've been, and you're looking like in a mirror and see and think, this is not who I am anymore. So you are shifting that out of the way, and you are stepping forward now into who you are now, who you are becoming, and who you want to be. Now, it is important that you release what is no longer in alignment with you, okay? Where there's people, places, and things and ways of being, because your biggest limitation of stepping onto the new timeline, where you're going, where you want to be, what you're dreaming of, or what you deserve, is your fears. Okay, that is your biggest limiting belief. So face your fears. That's just what we're doing now. We are facing our fears, because the decisions we're making now, the actions we're about to take, are quite big. Okay, we are going into this action phase. So everybody is stepping onto a new collective timeline as well. So what does a collective timeline mean? For example, like the pandemic, there was a timeline playing out where there is no COVID-19 pandemic, and there's a timeline, a possible timeline of there being a pandemic. Collectively, we decided we wanted the pandemic. Okay, now how does that work? We were focused on fear, and we were focused on getting ill, so that timeline happened. Okay, so whatever you decide and what you focus on, so if the majority of people on this planet focus on something, that is the collective timeline. Okay, so if you focus on life is a struggle, that is the collective timeline. If everyone, the majority of people, are thinking that, if the majority of people are thinking, oh, global warming is really messing about with this planet, then that is the way it will be. That is the way it's always happening. okay? So we are now stepping onto this new timeline individually and collectively, okay? So every single choice that you make has got an impact on your future, creating a new timeline. Now, actually, I've got this interesting story that happened to me and a friend of mine a couple of years back, which really shows you how timelines work. And I was thinking about a good example for you, and here's one. So me and a friend about 2 years, like literally a couple of weeks before the pandemic, we decided to go to an art exhibition. But the day of the art exhibition was really cold and miserable. I was working all day, and I didn't feel like going. So I called him and I said to him, I just want to stay home. It's cold, it's miserable. I'm going to curl up with a nice book. I'm just going to relax. I'm so sorry, okay? Now, so I didn't go. He had a choice, okay? He looked at all the possibilities. He could still go by himself to the art exhibition, or he could go meet another friend, or he could stay home. He decided to go to the art exhibition by himself, okay? What happened was he met his future partner, the love of his life, okay? Now, if I went with him, that would not have happened, because she's now a beautiful dear friend of mine, and she said if I was with him, she never would have had the confidence to go up to him and introduce herself to him. So that is how a timeline works. So he literally stepped onto a new timeline from being single and meeting the love of his life, okay, and then a beautiful relationship. So a very easy way to explain timelines, and that is always happening to us. The timelines we are moving through at this moment in time is literally stepping away from the old self into the new self, because we've been on this little narrow path at the moment where we're in between two worlds, the old self and the new self. Now we're stepping forward into the new self. We're making decisions that we never thought we'll make before, possibly for some, and then for those, the great awakening is happening, and their whole world will be upside down until they do the healing and start their beautiful journey. So I hope that makes sense to you. So it's always happening, and you are the creator. You decide on which timeline you are. You can also not make a decision and decide to stay on the timeline that you are at this moment in time, okay? It's always a choice. So I hope that makes sense to all of you. If you have any questions, please pop them down in the comments. If anything else you would like to share. So I'm sending you all so much love. As always, I'm available for healing and spiritual guidance wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.